guys, so it is time for my April favourites. I cannot believe we have got to the end of April already. It's going to be summertime soon, guys. How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Let me know in the comment section below because I'm super excited. I'm going to jump straight in because there are a lot of favourites that I have kind of saved up over the last few months. I think my last favourites video was put up back in February, so I've really been hoarding the favourites, so I needed to make sure I get through them pretty quickly, otherwise we are going to have a ridiculously long video. Okay, so first up I have a blusher and it is by NARS and it is in the shade Deep Throat. Now, these blushes aren't anything amazing. I wouldn't say they're like revolutionary. However, I just really like the formulation and I really love this shade. It's such an everyday wearable shade. It's not too pigmented, it's not pigmented enough. It's just right and I love it. Next up for the favourites, I have a brow mascara and it is by L'Oreal and it is their Brow Artist Plumper. This one is in the shade Medium Dark and the reason I bought this was because I ran out of my Benefit Gimme Brow and I needed something that basically did the same thing but was cheaper because I couldn't afford to fork out like, I think it's about 15 or 17 pounds for their Benefit Gimme Brow and it's about a third of the size of this. I was just like, I'm not doing it. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I'd seen quite a lot of good reviews about this one, so I figured it was worthwhile trying it and I've absolutely loved it. It's an exact colour match to the Benefit Gimme Brow that I had before, which was also in the shade Medium Dark. The brush is ever so slightly bigger, but I don't really notice it. I mean, the difference is really marginal as far as I'm concerned. The formulation is better, I think. It's thinner, so it's easier to use. The one thing I found with the Benefit Gimme Brow was that it was a little bit too thick and it dried out very quickly. You also get about 4 times the amount of product. So for about half, if not less than half of the price, at about £6–7, this is definitely worth it. Another favourite that I've been loving for April have been 3 lipsticks. Now these are the ones that I've had in my makeup bag or my handbag and I've had on rotation. The first one is by Revlon and it's their Revlon Colour Burst Matte Balm in the shade Audacious. This is a really gorgeous, like reddy, orangey, corally shade. When I first bought this about a year ago, I tried it and I really didn't like it. I didn't really like the formulation when I first got it, but I've been trying it recently and I absolutely love the formulation. It's lovely and creamy, glides on really nicely, it stays on like pretty much a couple of hours. I was going to say a day then and I was like, that wouldn't be true. It doesn't stay on all day, but it stays on for a good couple of hours. The colour payoff is so good. It's really vibrant, really bright and just perfect for this time of year. Next up I have a Revlon Lip Butter and it is in the shade Sweet Tart. Now I'm sure you guys all love the Revlon Lip Butters just as much as I do. These guys are so good for every day. Like not too much colour but enough colour to feel like you're wearing something. They last like a relatively reasonable amount of time considering they're so sheer, or the majority of them are pretty sheer. The colours are really nice, they've got such a huge selection and they're just really nice and hydrating on your lips, so a perfect everyday lipstick for me. The last of these 3 lipsticks is the L'Oreal Colour Riche Matte Lipstick in the shade VIP. Now this is a really vibrant pink, kind of corally sort of shade and it is just so good for nights out. And I really love the formulation. It's a gorgeous matte, it's not too drying on your lips, it lasts a reasonable amount of time. And again, like the Revlon Colour Burst Matte Balm, it's just so perfect for this time of year. Moving briefly away from makeup for the moment, I have another favourite and it is by Skin Doctors and it is their Powerbraision Intensive Microdermabrasion Crystals. Now, this stuff is really, really good as an exfoliator. I actually think you're supposed to use it with one of those exfoliating brushes, like the electronic ones. But this is perfectly fine to use on its own. I just apply it with my fingers onto my face and I rub it in for about 2 or 3 minutes and then I wash it off with a hot flannel. I actually need to exfoliate my skin a little bit more than maybe normal. Like I do it maybe 2 or 3 times a week just because my skin is quite oily and I find it gets quite clogged up. I think this is fantastic. It's not cheap. I think it's about £25–30. I bought it from the very website, but it has lasted me the best part of 6 months. I bought it a long time ago. So if you think about it, you know, think about how much it lasts, and I've still got a good, I'd say half the pot left, then I'd definitely say it's worth the money. Next up I have a hair product favourite and it is the VO5 Smoothly Does It Tame and Shine Spray. Now this has been in so many of my favourites videos. It's definitely not a new favourite, but It's just so good. I don't know what I'd do without this. You know, you just get those holy grail like hair products that you just never could live without again after you found them. This is that for me. Just for getting rid of that sort of frizzy, dry hair that sometimes can kind of come about after blow drying a lot. This is really good at doing that. It's also got heat defense in it, so it's good to apply before straighteners. I just couldn't live without this stuff. It's fantastic. Another favourite for me for the last month or so has been this Zoeva powder brush. Now, I've been using this to apply my bronzer and I've just loved it. It's so unbelievably soft and fluffy. It's really good at applying my bronzer because it doesn't deposit the bronzer like too heavily. It's really nice and light. For ages I was kind of steering clear of brushes, and I also wasn't really bronzing my entire face, and I think because I realised how pale I looked, I thought it would be a good idea to actually start bronzing my entire face rather than just contouring, and this has come in massively handy. I think the reason I've loved it so much and I've been using it so much for my bronzer is because of how good it is at lightly applying the product. I don't want to look like I'm too over bronzed, and this is just perfect for making sure that I don't look too over bronzed. Moving back on to makeup, I have another favourite, and it is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Foundation. Now, I actually did a blog post on how to sort of choose the right foundation for you, and I trialled this bad boy out for a good couple of weeks before I purchased it, but I am so glad that I did. This stuff is like gold dust to me now, and I don't think I would ever not use it as my foundation. I think I've found my foundation. This is my foundation. Oh, I love you. The reason I've been enjoying using this so much is because the colour match is basically exactly my skin tone. It's going to be irritating when I get a tan when I go on holiday because I'm going to have to get another one that matches my tanned face, but it's like my second skin. It lasts all day, it's not too heavy, it is light enough to look a little bit dewy. It just is the perfect foundation for me, and because I work full time and I need something that's going to last throughout the day for a good solid like 8 or 9 hours at the very least, this stuff is perfect for that, and it's really not too heavy. I think the light one is the best way to go if you're someone like me that likes quite natural kind of looking foundation, because this just provides you with that finish perfectly. Last, for the beauty favourites, in terms of the makeup favourites, I have a mascara, and it is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Lash Multiplying Mascara. I was so surprised when I got this and I actually liked it, because I really don't like the other Maybelline mascaras. The ones that I've tried have crumbled off my eyelashes. They've left me with that annoying like smudgy black thing under my eyes. I've really not enjoyed using them at all, but this one is fantastic. I actually could probably say that I prefer it to my high-end mascaras, the Illamasqua one, and also my Benefit Bad Gal Lash Mascara. The actual brush itself, the applicator, is kind of this sort of, I don't know, kind of bent shape wand. I don't know if you can see that. And it is plastic. Now, before when I was younger, I preferred plastic brushes, and then I moved on to more bristly brushes, and I went back to plastic, and I've now decided I actually don't have a favourite type of brush. As long as it does what it needs to do to my lashes, I'm totally fine with that. So in terms of a really well-priced sort of drugstore mascara, I think this is just perfect. So moving on to bath and body products, I have two, and they are from The Sanctuary, and they are the White Lily Damask Rose Body Wash and also the White Lily and Damask Rose Body Lotion. Now, the scent of these is just so gorgeous. I actually think I mentioned this potentially in my February favourites, but yeah, as you can see, I've used a lot of it because it's almost empty, which is really sad. The scent itself is quite musky, it's quite calming, definitely like a nighttime scent for me, I would say. The body lotion is fantastic. It sinks nicely into the skin. It doesn't leave that horrible kind of sticky sort of feeling on your skin, and I use it quite a lot at night time because it's not, the scent isn't too overpowering for when you go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning you don't feel like you've got a horrible film of like body lotion all over your skin. So I've really been loving these over the last sort of month and a half, and I'm going to be very sad when this guy is finished. Last, for my April favourites, is this candle, and it is by the Pomfret's Candle Company. I actually bought this from a company called East Earl of London online because I believe they're actually the only company in the UK that stock these and distribute them across the UK. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below, but as far as I know, they're the only guys that do them. Now, these candles retail for about £18, or they do on the East Earl of London website, and their scents, they're really different, and they're kind of on par, I would say, with other high-end candles of the same kind of type, if you kind of get what I mean. But the reason I bought this one was because I'd seen a review on Fleur de Force's blog, and I'd seen, I think Estee Button also mentioned them as well, and I just really liked the pot. I thought it looked really nice and vintage and rustic, and the scents just really appealed to me. This one is in the scent Amber and Moss, number 11, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of a bit of a masculine scent, I suppose, but with slightly citrusy, florally undertones. I really wish that I could get you to smell this right here, right now, because I'm not very good at explaining scents, but I can guarantee you this is a really gorgeous, lovely home scent. So if you're in the market for a candle, kind of a high-end candle, then I definitely recommend these guys. I'll make sure that I link the blog post that I recently did on a review of this candle in the description box below, so you guys can click on it and see some proper photographs and also a good review of the scent. So that's it for my April favourites video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have been trying any of these products and if you like them as well. And I guess I will see you guys in my next video. See you later. Bye.